unfortunately, just like Max, I was also molested. There's no easy way to say this. I'm also about to do 4 minutes of communion jokes. They're what's written on the card. I'm very sorry. Easter was last week, so I was like, oh, this will be topical. Too topical, unfortunately. So, here we go. Just pretend no other communion jokes happened. You're fresh, you're new to the idea, all right? Anybody go to church this Easter? Yeah? Some of you? Well, like, show of hands, how many of you went to church? Wow, not many people. When I walked in here, I did think it smelled like sinners. Don't worry, guys. I'm not here to judge you. God will do that. Now, I know you might be a little worried because I am Southern. I have a tie on. I have good hair. Don't worry. I'm not a pastor. But I was raised Methodist. If you don't know Methodism, just imagine like the lean cuisine of Catholicism. Right? Less added fat, sugars, pedophiles, a little bit less. Not none. We still need that great Catholic flavor. I called my mom on the way up here. I was like, oh, I'm going to do a set. She's like, oh, should you send it to me? And I was like, no. No, you shouldn't. You should not watch that. But no, I did enjoy church. I am no longer religious myself, but growing up Methodist, a very important thing in Methodism is communion. I told you that's all that is on the card. Communion, or as I've come to realize, just a really bad wine tasting. You only get one pour. You only get to try one wine, and the guy goes on for like an hour before you get to sip anything. Like, that's just not good value for your money. Alright? Now, if you've never been to a communion before, I'll kind of explain what it is. So it is when you are served bread and wine, and it is a representation, sometimes very literal representation, of the blood and flesh of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, yes, the man who is judging you. Now, if you are Roman Catholic, you believe in something quite literally called transubstantiation, which is when the blood and the wine change places, which means that when you take that, you are eating real human flesh, which makes all Catholics cannibals. Now, that's fine. Catholics can believe in transubstantiation, but remember, they don't believe in any other trans thing. So they took a look at life and said, I'd rather believe in cannibalism or trans rights. Cannibalism. Now I am Methodist, and Methodists looked at transubstantiation and went, ew. It's like icky. We don't want to do that. No. So it is a symbolic representation of the blood and the flesh, which I think is really lame. Because I would have enjoyed church a lot more if they had told me I was going to get to eat a dead guy. Alright? Like, welcome to church, boys and girls. So we do soup kitchens, we help the homeless, and once a month, special little treat, we eat a dude. Right? My big problem with communion is, if we want to be representing blood, we need to go a little harder. Why are we using wine? We should be using marinara. Right? Right? And imagine Father Luigi comes up to you with a big steaming ladle. All right, my son, the ragu of Christ shed for you. Father, this is going to go really well with the linguine of Christ I have at home. I take home a jar. And if we're going to be up in the game, I mean, why not change up the bread too? No more dry communion wafers. I want some focaccia. You know, some ciabatta. The Pope is Italian. We can't get a little olive oil, a little butter on there. All I'm saying is, if I was being served fresh hard garlic bread every Sunday, I wouldn't mind a little molestation.